This eggnog has ruined me for store-bought eggnog. I cannot buy store-bought eggnog. You could have a whole party around eggnog. That's how good this eggnog is. On part 1 of episode 82, I talk about homemade and functional gifts and how to do it and why they're great on this Harness the Power of Planning podcast, starting now. Hi, I'm Alegre with Beyond Your Wildest Dreams, or BYWD, as we say, and welcome to our Thursday live broadcast. If you're listening to the recording, then you're listening to the Harness the Power of Planning podcast, which you can always catch wherever you like to listen to podcasts. And if you've never joined us before, we are on a mission to help you prioritize yourself and your goals by learning to harness the power of planning. And today we are talking about homemade and functional gifts and what's great about them. I wanted to start out by talking about gift giving because in many traditions, gift giving is happening. And we talked a few weeks ago about gifts that we want as women, as moms, as working parents. But now I'm going to talk more about giving gifts. And I enjoy gift giving, but I also like to make sure that I'm giving people things that they're actually going to use. And I'm also interested in making sure that I'm not like just cluttering up people's homes, just like filling the space that says give a gift with some random thing. And one of the ways that I do this is by either ensuring that the gift is homemade. And often when it's homemade, it's consumable. So either cookies or bread or eggnog. Eggnog is my new favorite gift to give. Or that they're functional. And I have this, I did put together these functional gift ideas. If you click this QR code here, you'll see the functional gift ideas that I had put together that include lots of gifts that I've actually given because they were such great functional gifts. So if you're interested in functional gift ideas, click on this QR code up here and you can find those. But, another great functional gift idea is if you live somewhere that's known for something, maybe you're known for honey, or maybe you're known for blueberry jam, or maybe if you're in Vermont, you're known for maple candy, and it's something that people actually like. Like, for instance, I don't understand the giving of fruitcakes because in my experience, they tend to not be very good. I also want to say the same thing about panettone, which is this Italian bread with dried fruits in it. They're not good because a lot of times fruitcakes and the panettone, they're really old by the time they get to you. So they're just not edible. And it's so wasteful to give something that someone is going to not be able to use. So if you live somewhere where they're known for a great product that people actually like, give that as a gift. It could be soap, it could be honey, it could be salsa, whatever. Those are great gifts to give. Now, if you make any of those gifts, if you have a beehive, if you make jam, if you make salsa, fantastic. Now, I do want to say one thing, which is if you know my background, then you know I used to have a food product. And so I'm well-versed in food safety. If you're going to make a homemade gift, just make sure to do a little bit of research because there are some homemade gifts that are like, for instance, anything with garlic and oil. Definitely do your research because that can be problematic from a food safety perspective. However, as long as you're following good principles, people have been making these types of things for generations, then do that. I love making sourdough bread as a gift. I love doing cookies as a gift. And I also love eggnog, which is my new favorite thing. And actually, if you signed up for our email list, you're going to be getting my eggnog recipe soon. It's basically like 6 ingredients. This eggnog has ruined me for store-bought eggnog. I cannot buy store-bought eggnog. You could have a whole party around eggnog. That's how good this eggnog is. And it's not alcoholic. It's fantastic. And if you want to, people can add alcohol or they can add actually whatever they want to add. Like maybe you just want to have even just like orange essential oil would be fantastic to add to eggnog because then it would give you like the feeling of Grand Marnier without actually having Grand Marnier, right? So you could have eggnog, you could have alcohol, and then you could also have these edible oils, like orange oil would be fantastic. Peppermint oil would also be really good because, again, it'd give you that like schnapps feel. Also, almond extract, because I happen to like amaretto. In fact, I'm going to try that because I can only put so much amaretto in, but almond extract. So these homemade functional gifts are fantastic. They're so appreciated. And it's something that someone can actually use, which for me makes me feel like I've done a good job giving a gift. By the way, if you're not good in the kitchen, I'm sure there are things you can do. For instance, I have a friend who is amazing with succulents. She will often gift little succulent gardens that she puts together in discarded coffee mugs or other random pottery. So figure out something that you can make and gift. Another idea for something that was giftable was I used to work for a textile company. And so when we would switch between fabrics, we would have these swatches left over that were essentially trash. And that drove me crazy. And so I'm like, this is perfectly good fabric. What I would do is I would take the fabric and I could do enough sewing just to do a hem, and I would make napkins out of them and then give people napkins. So look for ways to turn things that you already have access to into something that is giftable. Creativity, it's a way of thinking. It's a skill. It's not a inbred talent, if you will. I mean, we all have different levels of talent, but I really believe that creativity can be learned and that you can be creative in many different ways. So figure out a way to be creative and then go forth with that. And it'll be a gift that someone will appreciate even more because of the thought and the fact that you put yourself into it in some way. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you here next week. And as always, dream wild, wild dreamers. Thanks for joining us for the Harness the Power of Planning podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen.